Gemini, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late October 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's up for those lovely Geminis out there. I hope you're all well, my friends. Let's see, my guides, talk to me. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, and then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always awesome and introspective. But let's get it going here. Let's get one card going for Gemini, please. All right, interesting. And it always happens in the Gemini readings that the cards, they like jump out of my hand and do flips and stuff. I always find that interesting. But we have this card that could be indicative of some complexity, all right, complex issues, a lot of energy swirling. Makes sense with what I've been seeing the last few weeks. Now, before we start peeling back the layers of that onion, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the October subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it, my friends. But let's get into the reading. Enough of the promo. You get to have your cards read by a lamb here. So in this card, you see that individual looking into the mirror. She's holding a mask. There's multiple mirrors, multiple reflections on that desk. On that dresser, pardon me, there's a Russian doll, which is like layers upon layers upon layers, lots of different items. So when I see this card, I do think of complexity, right? Going through situations where there's a lot going on underneath the surface. Now, could this be your own emotional well-being? Could you have like a lot going on inside you and just look normal on the outside? That could be a possibility with this card. Another thing I think of, well, two main things, is there could be a lot of different energies affecting you, right? Ones that you don't even know about, outside influences. So I always recommend doing some energetic cleansing or grounding when we have a card like this. But another vibe that I can pick up here with this card is something dealing with appearances. So in this time, maybe there's something regarding like your self-confidence. Maybe you're feeling a little more confident than usual. Maybe you're feeling a certain way about yourself. Let's just put that there, though. We're going to get into tarot now. I'm going to shuffle it up, get you 3 in the upright, then we'll get the intuitive, juicy stuff. So let's go, my guides. Talk to me. And with that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote, just so you know. What we got for Gemini? So, last week's reading was an interesting one. I mean, every reading for Gemini is interesting in my opinion, but it was titled An Emotional Explosion. We had a return of that volatile air and fire energy, tons of fire energy around the Gemini collective. So your emotions might have been spilling over a little more than usual, or somebody you're connected to, their emotional state fluctuating, like there was that little volatility. So hopefully you haven't been dealing with anything too rough. But either way, we're going to keep it going. We're going to stay optimistic. Let's get these first 3 cards out. You know energy is always moving. It's never set in stone. Only take this how it hits for you, of course. Because it could be other people we're taking a little gander at. Okay, so we're starting off with more fiery energy, and it's an action card. We have the Fool in position number 1. For some of you, that could just be an Aries you're linked to. Let's keep it moving, though. Don't want to get too hung up there just yet. Okay, stop, go, or go, stop. We have the 4 of Pentacles in position number 2. Complete opposite to what we have going on with that Fool card. So this is telling me there's going to be layers to this reading, my friends. There's going to be nuance. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles on the back end. So I will say this, Gemini. 2 of the 3 main cards to me I find very optimistic. We're going to have to peel back the layers. If you notice, there's like 2 of the cards are pentacle, earthy type of energy. You could have a big focus on monetary things, work things. But let's go through. I'll give you the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get those juicy intuitive messages. So position number 1, the Fool card. Like I said, this one could represent an Aries in your life if you're not connected to an Aries. When we see the Fool, we generally think of the beginning of a new journey, the beginning of a new chapter, somebody that's about to set off in some sort of direction. This is a fiery card. It's an action card of movement. Now, there is a little warning attached to this Fool card about being too spontaneous, not seeing the dangers around you and just bounding off into something. So in this time, you might want to take that caution to not be too spontaneous, especially with all the fire we've been seeing in recent weeks. But the Fool is very optimistic to me, okay? You could be moving towards something good, or that could just be good moving energy in general. Now, moving to the center and even the back end, we have some stability coming in. We have the Four of Pentacles. To me, this is a neutral card. It gets a bit of a bad reputation sometimes, but the Four of Pentacles to me is a huge focus on money and earthly goods, okay? Items, things like that, anything of the material. So when I see this card, it makes me think a few things. In the positive, this could be somebody who's very cautious with their spending, very cautious with how they exert things and resources, right? This is a very particular type of energy. So you might be very particular about certain things in this time, picky, but in its rougher form, this Four of Pentacles, and it could be saving, like a lot of you could be saving up for something, but the Four of Pentacles could be somebody that's holding on to something, not letting something go. In its worst sense, this could represent someone you're linked to that is a bit possessive. This could be somebody that's jealous as well. So we're going to want to see what clarifies that. That could be an extremely important card. Sometimes it could be a warning, okay? But there might be something you need to let go of. Moving to the very back end, though. Beautiful Ace of Pentacles. Love this card. So the fact that we have the Fool, the Ace of Pentacles, this is all about new beginnings, new opportunities, new chapters. This one is my card of golden opportunities, right? Something that just plops into your lap. So all aces are opportunities, but this one is kind of the most optimistic one in my personal opinion. When we get the Ace of Pentacles, it can speak about an influx of money. So for some of you, it could be a blessing of some sort in that realm, or there could be something that falls into your lap, or wins, victories in general. This is looking okay so far, but we need to dive deeper, Gemini. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for my Gemini friends, please. And yes, Gemini, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on this Fool card. See what this action, this movement could be about. And as always, if you read tarot yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why this box is here. If you're feeling any messages off the spread that you want to give to Gemini, you can drop it down in the comments. I don't mind. All right, Fool card, what's up? Why is the Fool here? Quick, super quick. All right, so this to me is the energy of somebody that's like just ready to move past something, like tired of feeling bound down. A lot of you might be like feeling very cornered in this time. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse underneath this Fool. This is the energy of somebody who's just ready to proceed, ready to move forward. Like, okay, what's been dragging me down? What's been binding me? Whether it's something within yourself, whether it's an outside influence, you might have that liberation type of feeling where you just want to break free. And that's kind of a vibe I was picking up last week with the emotional explosion. The Fool card, fire, air with the Eight of Swords. This to me is, for some of you, there could be something that sets you free in a positive way. That's what I'm seeing here. Or there could be some sort of breakthrough. That's the main vibe I'm getting. Now, I want to get over to that Ace of Pentacles because I feel like it ties in with this Fool. But a lot of you could be experiencing some sort of huge or massive breakthrough here. Okay? Because if you look at the Eight of Swords, you see that person, they're all tied up, bound up. It's in reverse underneath this Fool card of action with the fire. There could be some sort of like fiery breakthrough in a positive way. So if there's something you've been working towards, wanting for a long time, there's a big possibility for that to happen. If not, some of you might just be like really thirsting for a change or thirsting for some kind of freedom. That's like what I'm feeling. So let's go in on that Four of Pentacles. See if that like tempers this energy. Let's see what's up with that. It does feel good to me though, but I feel like the crux of what's going on could be that Ace of Pentacles at the back. We'll see. So why is this Four of Pentacles here? Thank you. Page of Swords. Yeah, that could be an energy representing you or another air sign, usually very defensive. I'm getting the vibe of someone having like second thoughts. For a portion of you, there could be someone that is extremely jealous or possessive over you and your actions. I'm getting the vibe of somebody possibly wanting to guide your choices, your decisions. Okay, or maybe there's someone that you want to guide their choices and decisions. But with this Page of Swords, that's a youthful type of energy, and the clamp down energy of the Four of Pentacles. To me, this is somebody trying to garner control. So either possessiveness or jealousness could be afoot in like something from the outside or an individual from the outside. So just know that there could be somebody that is like a little jealous about something, or wanting to keep it clamped down. That's just the vibe I'm catching here. Okay, especially with what I was feeling in the beginning about the thirst for liberty, the thirst for change. When I catch this in the middle, this is somebody that is against that. Okay, wanting to keep the status quo, wanting to keep things the same. Okay, so do with that what you will. Maybe you're of two minds about something too, right? Where you might be comfortable in a certain way or a certain schedule. Like you want change, but you're also comfortable. Like I'm getting that vibe too. Let's not overcomplicate it though. We're going to move over to the Ace of Pentacles. Could be many, many things, my friends. Then we'll do a recap before we get into the shadow card. So why is this Ace of Pentacles here? Thank you. Beautiful. Ace on ace. We got the Ace of Cups underneath the Ace of Pentacles. And the elemental mix we got going on here on the back end is so luscious and beautiful. And it does tie in with this breakthrough in the beginning. If you want something bad enough, you will have it. Okay, if you want to change, if you want a new beginning, if there's something you're yearning for or thirsting for, someone or something, you can have it. Like that's what I'm seeing here. Like especially with the Fool and two aces, it's beautiful to me. All right, so a lot of you could really remake your paradigm in this time or start putting steps into place where you can attain what you want. Because when we mix the earth and the water, that is just fruitful and abundant. All right, so a lot of you could have some huge blessings, massive blessings on the way. And I know I've used the word massive several times, but that's just how the energy's feeling within me. Like something bubbling from underneath the surface, building up a lot of power, a lot of steam. Double ace on ace, it doesn't get much better than that, especially the Ace of Pentacles and Cups. All right, this is like comfortable in the emotional realm, comfortable in the monetary realm. So I'm thinking big breakthrough of some kind in a huge way is possible, okay? If it's something you want, if you really want it, okay? So let's go through. If it is, then just claim it, my friends. But let's get a quick little recap here. I almost knocked all the cards out of place. And then, yeah, we'll get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, position number one, we have the Fool card with the Eight of Swords in reverse. Like I was saying, it was that thirst for liberty, thirst for some sort of freedom or change. With the fire in the air, like I said, that like breakthrough type of energy, like pushing through, making something happen. But moving to the very back end, I mean, the center, we have the Four of Pentacles with the Page of Swords. Maybe you're two minds about something. Maybe you're comfortable in one way, but at the same time you want to change and you're flip-flopping or you don't know what to do, which way to go. But there could absolutely be somebody that's a little possessive and jealous as well. That's just wanting to keep things as is, keep the status quo, not wanting the progression or the change. Moving to the very back end here, we got the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, that beautiful water and earth. Lovely to me. So there could be big abundance, big blessings, massive blessings, so to speak, if it's something you want bad enough, right? If there's a change that you're wanting, if there's a shift that you're wanting, if you want it bad enough, you could put it into place. So please take a screenshot of that. I'm going to get you one shadow card here, because of course these cards can mean other things as well. But let's get one shadow card from the Shadowland Tarot. Let's see what's going on with Gemini in the shadows. And this is, like I said earlier, a very introspective type of deck. I like using it for this purpose. Because whether it's something new or something old, we all have a shadow side, right? So we have the Three of Cups showing up in the shadows. Usually a happy celebratory type of card. This could be Spirit asking you to not be too overindulgent with any pleasure of the flesh in this time. This could be representing an individual you're connected to that could have issues with substances of various kinds when we look at the shadow side of the Three of Cups. But another thing is don't count your chickens before they hatch, right? There may have been times in the past where you thought you had something or someone locked down and then suddenly something changed and it slipped through the fingers. So I feel like it's one or the other that you might need to look into. For a portion of you, since this is a celebratory card, Spirit could be asking you to not be pessimistic, to be a little more optimistic in your ways. So take whichever one applies, whether it's none, whether it's all. Nothing wrong with being a little more optimistic, right? You can never be too optimistic, in my opinion. But Gemini, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details of the October subscriber surprise. For the October subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the wonderful Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments which tarot card you'd like to see me dressed up as for Halloween this year. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.